Okay, I think it's on. Kohala Yahweh by Shemi Hawashai by Shema Kakadash. Brakati Hawa, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Kakadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that continue to teach me the truth and who will well. Shalom. To little brother Kashab, coming back at you. Another video for the day. The Spirit's been working upon me this day just to just keep going into these scriptures, And I was on World Star Hip Hop. Sometimes if I'm looking for a topic, I'll go on World Star. And this bug out Jake reposted this. I guess you could call it press hearing or speaking from Mr. Biden here. We just call him Bo Biden, whatever. Who cares? Right? And of course, they made it sound like he said this yesterday, but it's 4 weeks ago. It's a month ago. But Jake is beyond stupid. So we're gonna watch this video, and I got a couple scriptures I'm gonna bring out, and that's it.
Up to this, they're not waiting, and 12 years is no longer enough to compete with the world in the 21st century.
And before I keep going, look at this, man. What in the goddamn... Man, I bet you all three of them are bald as shit, too. At least the two older ones. That's Jada Pinkett and her bugged out daughter. And I think the other girl on the right is her mother, is Jada's mom. They all need to get them weaves slapped out their head, man. Maybe we'll pull them by the weave and drag them around the street or something. Like in Troy and Achilles versus what's that nigga name? Achilles versus Hector. Yeah, maybe when we're done, we'll drag these black bitches around on a horse or something and drag them by the weave for this fucking faggotry, man. And I bet you they ain't gonna repent either, because these guys are deep, heavy, illuminated ones. But that's just a side comment, I hate seeing this, man. I hate it.
Need the 21st century. That's why they're not waiting. And 12 years is no longer enough to compete with the world in the 21st century and lead the 21st century. That's why my American Families Plan guarantees 4 additional years of public education for every person in America, starting as early as we can. We were at an elementary school earlier today, and what we're talking about here means universal high-quality preschool for 3- and 4-year-olds, not daycare, preschool. And the research has shown here at the great universities in this state and others that children of that age who go to school, they are far more likely to graduate from high school and continue their...
All right, so you brothers heard it. They're going to add 2 more years on the back end, right, for 3- and 4-year-olds. I'm going to keep listening. He's going to say something else.
Education beyond that. Rather than start off behind the 8 ball, if they come from families that don't have educations, college educations. A lot of kids start kindergarten hearing 1 million fewer words haven't spoken than other families. And it's an unfair disadvantage. But every child is capable. We're going to add 2 years of community college on top of that. You just heard Jill talk about community colleges and how it can change lives. Well, students here at the community college across the country know why. For some,
so they're going to add 2 years, replace daycare, right? So 3 and 4 years old, they're going to be in school by then. And then on top of that, they're going to add 2 more years on top of high school to community college.
It's 2 years of community college to earn enough credits to transfer to a 4-year university, which is available in almost every single state, to become a teacher, an entrepreneur, or anything else. For some, it's getting an extra training through a certificate program to get a good paying job.
He's wrong there. A 4-year institution isn't going to make you a teacher, goddammit. You got to, there's a whole bunch of more steps you have to take to become a teacher. You don't just go to a 4-year institution and come out a teacher. You gotta get all these certifications. You gotta do some time as a teacher's apprentice and a whole bunch of other bullshit from what I've heard. But it's not that easy.
And a business in town. We just met with students at the HVAC workshop. Ambitious, talented students who are taking the next step in their lives. And with the skills they're learning here, and some of the students will go on to be plumbers, members of Pipefitters Local 110, electrician. Look, it means higher union wages with guaranteed health care and pensions. And, it's kind of amazing. One of the things, I don't know whether you know, the First Lady of this state understands, she does, I'm positive, that an awful lot of folks who even get an opportunity to go to community college still can't get there because of food, transportation, and those other costs. And so we're going to increase Pell Grants so they're qualified. It will make a gigantic difference. It'll make a gigantic difference. By the way, I have to admit.
So it's all like they're going to give them grants or whatever to make them go to 2-year college. And of course, Jake is going to take that and is going to be happy. Free college. Woo.
If I didn't have these positions, I'd be sleeping in a Lincoln bedroom.
And you still have to go to a 4-year, and then you still have to go to a 4-year institution to get your damn your bachelor's. So, I mean, if it was a 2-year institution, you go to 2-year community, and then after that, you go just to 2-year in college. I mean, that sounds like it's not a good deal at all, because I mean, these universities are just mental indoctrination centers. But I mean, it's a hell of a lot. It did something. It's something, but no.
Rather than the president's bedroom, but it really, it really.
Yeah, he doesn't really have much else to talk about. So I admit it. I read YouTube comments from time to time, even though most of the time they're mentally retarded. But look what this guy says. He says, why does he think kids are depressed and have anxiety? Like, yeah, it's totally the games. Not that school is overwhelming or anything. And the girl says, facts. Which he's right. School is overwhelming. But, as you, I'm so glad, Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai was able to bring me into this truth. Because I was damn near fucking running out my wits for these damn grades, man. For fucking piece of paper. Now, if America's gets fucked up tomorrow, right? Say nukes hit this country tomorrow, what's gonna happen to your A paper that you worked 30 fucking hours on? Nothing. Shit's gone. Okay. And secondly, school really doesn't teach you any applicable skills. Not like that. I mean, you may have the little economics class, but I remember taking economics in high school. No, it wasn't economics. It was U.S. Government, right? And it taught a little bit about laws and things here and there, but we really didn't learn anything of value. He just said he was a fat, probably a Jake. He was an Irish guy. He was overweight. He would sit in his chair and he would say, "Sit down and shut up." And then we would just sit around and do nothing the entire class. I mean, it was good, one less class to have to do work in, but I mean, that just goes to tell you, man, it's really no value in school. School really is a waste of time and a waste of money. Look up Tensu Metsuma. College is a scam. And I can tell you from being in there firsthand that it is, it is a scam. Now I'm different from most, I'm rich by no means, but, my parents could put me, they have enough to put me through school. I didn't choose something like art or art history as my major, like I'm into hard science. So, while it's still not that profitable, I mean, I'm guaranteed that I will find some work because, the major that I have is so understaffed that, I mean, they're grabbing at anybody, and it's projected to have a rise in these next couple years. So, moving on. Scriptures, as always, we bring scriptures out. Matthew chapter 16. Actually, no, I'm not going to use Matthew chapter 16. Yep, I kind of took a little bit longer explaining the video than I thought. So if you guys are bored, you can leave. I really don't give a shit. All right, this is for the elect. And for those who are patient enough to listen. Revelation chapter 18, verse 22 to 24. No, that's not what I wanted. Yep. Revelation chapter 18, verse 23. And the light of a candle shall shine no more and the voice of the bridegroom, Yahushai, and the bride, us fellow Akim, us elect Akim, hopeful elect, shall be heard no more at all in thee, for thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by their sorceries were all nations deceived. Which this here, the whole thing Biden is putting out is once again going back to the sorceries, man. It's lies and manipulations. Promising Americans at a better life, but they're just gonna keep your kids in school longer, fuck up their mental health. That's not gonna stop Jake, blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans from dropping out. You're actually gonna make it worse, okay? Because Jake already, if he does make it through high school, he barely makes it. So now you're increasing it even more and adding 2 more years. Jake is gonna be fucked, man. A diploma is really gonna mean nothing, man. A diploma is gonna be less than dirt. This is Proverbs chapter 1, verse 7. The fear of Yahweh is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. Which those people that were sitting there laughing and having a good time with him, and to you stupid ass Jakes that are at home saying, woo, more school for kids, right? Because you really don't give a fuck about your kids, man. You just want to get them out so you can keep hoeing with your man, all right? We see you, Jake. We see you, you Jake woman. What you really want to do is get that kid out so you can go on a cruise ship with whoever the fuck, right? And have a party and get rid of your sons, right? And that's also why you guys get those child support from your man, so that you can spend your money and do you at the detriment of whatever sad sap, whatever sucker you got to lay with you, man. All right. But the fact of the matter is this truth is the only wisdom. This is the true wisdom. You getting this truth, everything will come to you, man. You learn a little bit of math, you learn a little bit of science, you learn a ton of history, all right? This truth will turn you from a average man to an intellectual. All right. I want to go into this one. Matthew chapter 5, verse 19. Whosoever, therefore, shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called the great in the kingdom of heaven. Which that's what these people do. Some of these other Israelite camps, I don't really know them off the top of my head, but I remember Apostle Tahar made a video about, if anyone in college is going to GMS, then they gotta stop, man. Which, he probably didn't mean it like that. He probably meant, people that are all about college and love this thing, right? Who willingly go to college. They don't want him there. They don't want no college preppy boy, man. And I understand that entirely, man. I had the displeasure of going to college before I even really thought about what I wanted to do in life, which I already had an idea. I like to draw and make art, but I just kind of fell into that trap of I gotta get a job. No, I can't make money off of my talents, off of art. I can't do that, right? Which what I should have done is just trust on Yahweh by Shem Yahushua to deliver me, and I would have been able to make my way. But I was a fool and I made my mistakes, and now I gotta live with it. So now I'm stuck in a fucking major. You know, I mean, this shit's easy enough. I'm gonna get the degree, but I pretty much just sacrificed and cut my youth off and cut it away for no reason. I mean, um, yeah. Moving on. This is uh, Exodus chapter 20, verse 1. 20 verse 3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. And that's one of the first commandments, man. You know, um, these guys. Esau thinks he's a god, man. I mean, you got him. This white boy standing here. He almost looks like he's ministering to the people. The people are hung on his every word. You know. And I think I'm gonna get one last scripture, and I'm gonna close out. I didn't really expect to go this long, but it's just the spirit. Deuteronomy chapter 17, verse 15. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom Yahweh thy power shall choose. One from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother. Esau is not our brother. Esau is an entirely different nation. Okay, so we're gonna if this bill, whenever it comes up, in legislation, if it gets the okay, which it's really not our will for it to get the okay. It's really the elite masons, these master masons upward. It's their will, and what they want to do. If this thing goes out, to make America, so-called more competitive with other nations, you people are gonna have to just lead your kids the right way. Don't listen to these guys. Going to 2 years in community college is gonna do fuck all to your kids' knowledge and wisdom. This truth is gonna give them that knowledge and wisdom, and also them getting wisdom by living, by gaining experience is really gonna teach them. People learn by doing. They don't learn by just sitting here listening to someone talk about it. All right, that's all I got. All blessings, honor, and glory be to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakadash. That's all I got. Shalom.